Hey, morning YouTubers, how are we today? My hair is proper crazy, this is how I woke up, and I'm actually loving the look. This is my Corona look, my Corona 19 look, and it's looking pretty good. So yeah, where we're up to at the moment is I've just fitted the new bearings. They are the manufacturer's original bearings, other brands are available. Um, I did buy some from another seller. However, I did open them, and he's saying that he's not gonna have them back. So yeah, I know it's pretty sad. It's pretty sad. What I'm gonna do is just sell them on eBay for like half the price. So someone's gonna get a real bargain out there. They're just gonna get half the price parts that would literally just open to see if they were the right size. That's really annoying, I think. But anyway, onwards and upwards. Let's have a little look. Oh no. As you can tell, I'm a professional at this. Okay, so let's get us a little lined up. So what we're doing is we are refitting our yoke. This is the yoke. And yeah, so I've tightened this down, put this back in, put the bearings all back together. And now it's just a case of refitting and realigning our handlebars. So while they've been stored, they've been supported using masking tape, and I'm just basically going to get my tools on it, and where is my tools? This is a good point. Just go for it. Let's have a look. So where's my size? 14. And I'll show you what I'm doing. So there is round here like a little groove, and in that sits a little metal ring. However, this bike is missing them because they put where is it? So the previous owner had handlebar extensions, which is basically one of these. So it fits on like that, and then this bit goes on top, and then obviously that the handlebar then fits on top of that, and then that extends it by like it's an inch, I think, this one. But what it also does is it also reduces, it also lowers the bike as well. So that's what the other previous owner had fitted. I'm removing it. I'm removing it for a few reasons, because I want to return it all back to its original settings. So that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm doing it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to fit this one on, get it all lined up, get my masking tape, which is like proper stuck on there. Oh, I can get that off in a minute. So this is important. So when you're redoing all the harnessing and the cables, straight away I've noticed a problem. Like this this clutch pipe, it needs to be put. So it needs to be reworked. So we've got to drop this down. Then we've got to get our clutch over the top, and then we don't want that to fall out. Okay. And we want to get that on top of there. This is where I need lots of hands. I don't have lots of hands, I only have 2. Okay, and now I'm sticking my nail in the little groove. That lines it with that beautifully. And then we're just gonna get that bad boy on there. Oh, come on, wrong size. Like a professional. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to tighten it all the way. That's on there. Now we just want to check to make sure all of our harnesses are... Ooh. Ooh. No. No, 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 no. No. Why have you gone through there? Okay, I've got to drop it out again because I just spotted that there's another little problem, which is the harness. It's kind of trial and error. Now that's probably going to just fall. Yes. Okay. Temporarily leave that. Okay. Groovy. Okay. Get that back to bang on that line, because every little millimeter matters. Because what we're going to be doing now is we're going to be realigning this this front wheel, which is kind of a pretty important job. Not something you can just bosh. Okay. Okay, so the brake calipers down there are suspended using a zip tie. That's basically because I didn't want to rest it on those cables for like an extended period of time. But it's all good. It's all good. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is tighten down this one. Always remembering that this is aluminium, so never over tighten it. Over tightening is probably worse than under tightening. Actually no, under tightening is just as bad. You want the right torque. And I still need to adjust the clutch because when it's just sitting idling, the clutch plates are rubbing, making a bit of a horrible noise. So I need to adjust that out. I will get to that at some stage. Right, next we need to drop this one out again because I'm not happy with the way that it's all sitting inside there. And there's also another bit that I need to do as well, which is to put this back on. Yeah. Let's do this. So this is the part that I need to put back on, which basically just protects the fork seals. I was putting this in just to line everything up. So I'm just going to drop this fork out. See, it's not even bolted in, it's just held in by friction. Then we'll put our little fork seal on. Do is move you guys so you can actually see what I'm doing. And then what I'm going to do just very, very gently tap it down, and making sure that this part here is lined up into the groove, and it's not. So let's twist you around. There you go. Beautiful. That's it. That's our little fork seal protector in place. They do actually look pretty good. I've given them a respray. So yeah, looking a lot better than what they did beforehand. Okay, want to go around that way? Whoa, sorry about that. Okay, then again on this one, we are going to put some gloves on. Where are my gloves? Normally I've got like millions of gloves kicking around. Well, I want to actually find some. Can't find any. Groovy. And then again, basically what I'm doing is sticking my nail into the groove. I'm going to try and show you this. And there's a little tiny groove that just runs around there, which normally there's a metal ring that sits on top of this, so that then when you drop these in, they're perfectly aligned. However, I don't have that little metal ring, so I've got to do it so that when I lock it in place, it's perfectly where it should be without that metal ring. And then I can order that part later on, but this way that I'm doing will still work. You know, as long as it's in the right place, that's the most important thing. Then, whoa. The hazards of working in a garage. Okay, I do need to invest in a better sort of stand for my camera, because as you can see, it just falls over. Then what we're doing is lining it up. So there's a notch that fits into position there. So these are non-adjustable. They basically hold this position. And it's a good position actually, because it's actually very comfortable, because you're not, when you're sitting on this bike, you're not putting all your weight on the handlebars. So you don't have to be holding like a press-up position for like however many miles you do. You can actually just chill. Again, that knocking sound is the brake calipers. It's beginning to look a lot more like a motorbike now, which is always a good thing. Always a good thing. Might take this for a little test drive. Let's see how she's doing. Okay, now just got some bolts down the bottom, which are 14 mil. These ones at the top here are 12 mil. So let's get on to that 14. Let's get on to it. And then I'm going to cut the cord for that one. So that's a little bolt down there. I don't know if you guys see that. So it's literally just down here. So that's the bolt that I'm doing up now, which holds the bottom part of the front suspension part forks in place. And yeah, so that's a 14 mil. I'm just gonna tie that off. It's pretty tricky having a little camera. And also that, but I'll put you guys. Groovy. Okay, cool. The hardest thing is getting your hands up in here, because it's proper, like, you know. And then you've only got like 2 inches to go backwards and forwards. You're here all day. Here we go. Okay. Nearly there. Obviously, you want to put a good amount of pressure on these, because you don't want these things slipping up into your face. It's not good luck. Okay, groovy. Now I'm just going to cut my these. So now they're just freely suspended. Then that's my little zip tie that was holding them in place. And now the next stage is to put our fairing in place. No, it's not. It's to tighten off this one. The nice thing about this one is that the harnesses are right in the way. So yeah, the brake harnesses are right in the way of it, which is never good. How am I going to get onto you? How am I going to get onto I know what I did. I basically got a deep socket set for this one. Because of the way the hoses are, the deep socket set was able to reach over the top and actually get in there. We need a 14 deep. Which do I have here? Yes, good. So there's my deep socket. This should get us over the top. With a bit of luck. Gotta feel it in. Okay, right. There's not much clearance in here. I'm trying to remember how I got these off. Or just behind there as well, just to annoy the shit out of me. Okay. Let's go back to this little fella. Okay, so I'm trying my little one on a 14. See if that works. Maybe it will. Maybe from the top. Ah, beautiful. Okay, cool. We got that one in. I'm just going to show you how I did it. So this is the tight little space that we're working in, and just trying to get this in there. And let's see if we can. If anyone knows of a better like camera holding device thing, then that would be like super great. Just message me, let me know. But that's that. Yeah. Okay, cool. Noises are optional. Okay, that is on nice and tight. We have good movement. So another thing to bear in mind is with those risers that I had on before, is the handlebars used to actually hit the fuel tank and actually come down, and your hand would kind of get trapped between the tank and the actual handlebar, which is not so great. But where it is now, obviously the fuel tank is shaped in such a way that there's still room for your hand. So if you do put the risers on, that's another thing to bear in mind. And then obviously this part here on the bike is designed for the handlebar to go up into, but when it's on the risers, obviously it's slightly higher, so it's not going to go into the same position as the fairing is molded for. So you got to worry about the moulding of the fuel tank and the moulding of the fairing. But this, because it's back to its original way it was designed to be, it's pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about that. Okay, now I'm just going to shove on the old brake calipers. And for this, you might as well go down to this kind of level. Okay, so we have these ones swinging free, and the next bit that we need to do is just lock these into position once we put the wheel on. So the first stage is to put the fairing in, and then the next stage is to put the wheel in, and then the brakes in, and it goes in that order. So I've had a look at the brakes, and you can actually see that there's still lots of wear left on them. These are they're not new, but they're not worn out. They're really good. So just going to leave those in there. They're absolutely fine. I've given them a really good clean. I've put a little bit of sort of grease just to protect the metal parts on here. And what I use for that is I use a little paintbrush, and I just paint on the actual grease onto the parts, just to stop them from corroding. And I use something called copperies, and that gives it quite a nice coppery kind of look. So I kind of like that actually. Right, let's get the fairing. I'm going to bosh that into place. Okay, so this is our chrome fairing. This is where it just ends up with loads of scratches, but you know, hey ho. This is where you discover that your forks are back to front. Oh no! Okay, so that's probably embarrassing. I put the wrong fork on the wrong side. Happens to the best of us. So I'm going to cut it.